Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today I'm going to bring you guys the AEK Athens versus Leicester match preview. So the boys and girls, after a brilliant start to our Europa League campaign, of course the Foxes got a win on our first game of the group. Of course we won 3-0 over Ukraine side Zorya Luhansk. That was a brilliant start to our Europa League campaign. We now move on to match day number 2, and it's our first away trip of the Europa League campaign this season, as we'll travel to Athens to take on AEK Athens away from home in our second game of the group. So with that being said, in today's video I'm going to bring you guys the AEK Athens versus Leicester City match preview. I'm going to bring you guys the Athens side of things, my thoughts on the game, my predicted lineup, and also my score prediction for Leicester's second game of the Europa League campaign tomorrow night away from home in Greece. But just before we get into it, make sure you do a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you guys are going to enjoy today's video, as I bring you guys the AEK Athens versus Leicester City match preview. The games are coming thick and fast, the content is coming thick and fast to the channel, so yeah, if you guys are going to enjoy today's preview, let me know by dropping a like down below on today's video. Also subscribe, you can't see my face on your screen before. We are on the road to 1,500 subscribers and we're only about 80 away, so if you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, what's you doing? Go down below, turn that subscribe button grey, because we do not want to see any red on here at all. Turn on my channel post notifications so you guys never miss any future videos on the channel, just like this one. Follow me on my social medias and they'll be down there. Links to them will be in the description down below. And last but not least, let me know your thoughts on tomorrow's game, your score predictions in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's get into the AEK Athens versus Leicester match preview. So then, as always, getting straight into today's match preview, and I start off by talking about the opposition side of things. Of course, we travel to AEK Athens tomorrow night in the Europa League, our second game of the groups. Yeah, let's speak a little bit about the away side, AEK Athens. So then, AEK Athens are of course a Greek side who are currently playing their football in the top tier of Greek football, of course being in the Europa League. Of course they got a top 3 finish in the league to secure their spot in the Europa League this season. A couple of seasons ago they've been a very high profile side in the European competitions. They've been in the Champions League a couple of times as well. This season they started off the season fairly well. They currently sit 4th place in the Greek Premier League right now with 10 points from their opening 5 games. So yeah, overall it's been a decent start to them. In their first game of the Europa League, they got absolutely battered, to be honest, away from home at Braga, as they lost 3-0 away from home. So yeah, they're going to want to bounce back into today's game against Leicester. But obviously Leicester are coming into the game off the back of a great win against Arsenal, and of course of a great win on our first game of the group, of course, as we won 3-0 at the King Power Stadium as well. Athens should be much stronger than the team, of course, who played in match day 1, because that was Zorya Luhansk, and on paper they are probably the worst team on our group. So yeah, this game is going to be probably the second hardest game in the group. I think Braga are going to offer the biggest threat to Leicester, but it's going to be a tough game for Leicester away from home. If we can get a point or 3 points, that would be a great result. But yeah, they are a strong side. Like I said, they've had a number of years of experience at the Champions League level and done quite well as well. So yeah, they are a very experienced side at the European level, and they perform quite well. They have a couple of good players here and there as well, which are definitely going to cause Leicester a threat. So overall, it's going to be a tough game for Leicester, and they're definitely a much stronger side than the team who played in match day 1 of the Europa League. But overall, it's definitely a winnable game for Leicester tomorrow night. Also, they have a number of high-profile players, including Portuguese attacker Nelson Oliveira is probably their standout player. They have a lot of threat up front as well. Defensively, I don't think they're as strong, so it should be quite an open game. I think there'll be quite a lot of goals in the game tomorrow, but definitely going forward, I think they are going to cause Leicester threat. But defensively, they are quite weak, to be honest. I've heard that they also have quite a lot of injuries going into the game, especially in the centre defensive midfield role and also in the back line as well. So if Leicester can really get out that weakened defence, that changed defence, I'm pretty sure Leicester will be able to get all 3 points tomorrow, which would be a brilliant result away from home in Greece. It's going to be a much tougher game for Leicester, but overall I'm pretty confident that Leicester can get the win. So the boys and girls, that is it for the AEK Athens side of things. Yeah, let's move straight on to the Leicester side of things for tomorrow's game. So then, AEK Athens away tomorrow night for the Foxes in our second game of the Europa League campaign. Of course, like I said, Leicester got off to a brilliant start on their group. We currently sit top of our group as well after that brilliant 3 points at the King Power Stadium on opening day, as we brush aside Ukraine side Zorya Luhansk. Is a much more improved performance from Leicester from the ones before that, and after that win, the Leicester have been performing very well. We of course got that brilliant win away from home at Arsenal on Sunday night. So yeah, going into this game, we should be very, very confident after like I said, after that brilliant win away from home at the Emirates Stadium. The players should be confident, and hopefully we can get another 3 points in the game to get 6 points on the board, which is going to set Leicester really on their way to getting through this group quite comfortably, which on paper Leicester should. Of course, in our first game in the Europa League, we played a very, very strong side against Lcfc. I'm expecting Brendan Rodgers to put out a very, very strong side tomorrow night away from home in Greece. Obviously, we'll move on to our predicted lineup in a few moments. But yeah, overall, it should be a strong side from Leicester going into the game, and overall, we should get the win quite comfortably. Thank God we haven't got any injuries in the last couple of games or so, so we should be going into the game as fit as possible. Some players have come back into contention, such as Jamie Vardy, of course, came on against Arsenal, scored the goal, so we could be seeing Vardy come on, which is going to cause them a lot of threat. Just like I said with Athens, they have a lot of injuries in that defensive line, in the midfield as well, defensively. So if we can use players like James Maddison, Tielemans, I think we can really play them off the park, and it should be a comfortable win, to be honest, for Leicester, because on paper this game is definitely a winnable one for Leicester. It's going to be much tougher for Leicester, but overall, if we want to do well in the Europa League, these are the type of games we need to be winning pretty comfortably. It should be around a 2-0 type of win for Leicester. Like I said, we're full of confidence going into this game, so yeah, overall we should be able to get the 3 points tomorrow night quite comfortably. So it should be quite an open game tomorrow, in my opinion. I think there's going to be quite a lot of goals in this game. Of course, they did concede 3 in their first game in the Europa League to Braga. Of course, Leicester scored 3 himself in our first game of the group, and both sides have been pretty high scoring so far this season. So yeah, overall it should be an open one. There's going to be a lot of chances for either side, and especially if both sides put out strong side, which I'm expecting, it should be quite an entertaining game for the neutral. But overall, I think Leicester will just have enough quality in that final third to break through and create some more chances, which hopefully will lead to Leicester creating those more chances, and of course, hopefully, fingers crossed, scoring those goals, which can hopefully get Leicester all 3 points tomorrow night away from home in Athens. So then, that is it for the AEK Athens side of things and my thoughts on tomorrow's game then. So yeah, let's get straight into my predicted lineup. So this is the side I think Brendan Rodgers will go to start tomorrow night in our second game of the Europa League campaign. So yeah, the formation which I'm going to go for is going to be the 4-3-3 formation. I think we'll go back to the usual type of formation with some players coming back into contention for tomorrow's game. So yeah, starting off in goal, I'm going to be going with Kasper Schmeichel. It was a great performance from him against Arsenal. 2 clean sheets in a row now for Kasper Schmeichel. So yeah, hopefully he can get another clean sheet tomorrow night in Athens. I'm fully confident that Kasper will start. Of course, we have the likes of Danny Ward on the bench, but overall I think Kasper is definitely going to start once again. Of course, he started in the first Europa League game, and I can't see any reasons to drop Kasper Schmeichel. So then, moving into the back four, to start off at right back, I'm going to be going with Timothy Castagne, who's had a great start to his Leicester career. Another good performance against Arsenal last month. Like I've been saying, he's very experienced at the European level as well, so I'm fully confident that Timothy Castagne will start in that right back role once again. Ricardo Pereira is getting ever closer. He's actually been travelling out to Greece with the squad today on Wednesday. So yeah, Ricardo is getting closer, but I do think as soon as Ricardo's back, Castagne is still going to start as well. So yeah, Castagne to start at right back for me. Into the 2 centre backs, starting off the right one, I'm going to be going with Wesley Fofana. Another outstanding performance from him against Arsenal at the Emirates. Had Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in his back pocket. Fair play to the man. So yeah, I'm going to go with Wesley Fofana to start in one of the centre-back roles tomorrow night. Alongside him, I'm going to be going with Johnny Evans. Of course, he's also very experienced at the European level, so I'm fully confident that Johnny Evans will start tomorrow night in Athens. We don't really have many other options, to be honest. Of course, Soonchu is still out with the injury, and is Wes Morgan going to play? Probably not. So yeah, my 2 centre-backs are going to be Wesley Fofana and Johnny Evans. And moving into the left back, the final position in this back four, I'm going to be going with James Justin. Of course, we did go with a 5 at the back against Arsenal. Of course, Christian Fuchs remained, but James Justin did come back in. I think we're going to go back to the 4 at the back, and I think James Justin is going to start in that usual left back role, which he's been playing for the vast majority of this season. So yeah, hopefully JJ can have a solid game, and I think he will be. My back four is going to be Timothy Castagne at right back, 2 centre-backs, Wesley Fofana, Johnny Evans left back, James Justin. So then, moving into midfield, so starting off in that defensive role, I'm going to be going with Napalis Mendy. Of course, he's also had a great start to the season. Of course, playing that Arsenal game as well, played in the other Europa League game. And I think Brendan is going to go with another strong side. So yeah, I'm going to be going with Napalis Mendy to start in that centre defensive midfielder role, just in front of that back four. He needs to do well if Leicester are going to go forward and they're going to be counter-attacking us. I think Mendy is going to be very important in tomorrow's game. And I'm fully confident that Papi Mendy can have another good game. Like I said, he started the season off very well, to be perfectly honest. So fair play to the man. Hopefully he can have another good performance tomorrow night in Athens. Moving ahead of Mendy into the two centre midfielders, I'm going to be going with James Maddison to be one of them. Had a great performance against Arsenal, of course, had a very good performance against Zorya Luhansk in our first Europa League game. Of course, got the goal in that one. So yeah, hopefully James Maddison can get some games under his belt. Of course, he's been struggling with an injury for ages to be honest, but this is finally the time for James Maddison to finally get back into the Leicester side. So yeah, I'm going to be going with James Maddison to start tomorrow in one of those centre mid roles. And alongside him, I'm going to be going with Dennis Praet. I'm going to be dropping Tielemans for this game. I think Dennis Praet is going to come in. Obviously, Yuri Tielemans, he's not the best with fitness wise. So yeah, I think Yuri Tielemans is going to get a very deserved rest. Of course, he was brilliant against Arsenal, played that ball through. But yeah, I'm going to go with Tielemans to get rested and Dennis Praet to start as per usual. I'm pretty confident that Dennis Praet can have a good game. So yeah, my midfield three is going to be Mendy in the holding role, Maddison alongside Dennis Praet. So finally moving into the front three, to start off in the left wing position, I'm going to be going with Harvey Barnes. Of course, played it front against Arsenal, which didn't really work, to be honest. I think Harvey Barnes is going to come back out to his natural position on the left hand side. Of course, was probably one of the best players on the pitch in our first Europa League game. So yeah, hopefully Harvey Barnes can have another good performance at the European level tomorrow night in Athens. On the right hand side, I'm going to be going with Cengiz Under. Of course, got the assist for Vardy's goal against Arsenal a couple of days ago away from home at Arsenal. So yeah, hopefully Cengiz Under can come in. Hopefully he can start, because he hasn't started the game since he's been at Leicester, to be honest, and he really does deserve this chance, because he's came on and he's done quite well. I heard a few things saying that he is struggling with fitness, but he's came on and he looked fine to me, to be honest. Yeah, I think Cengiz Under should be starting. So yeah, I'm going to be going with Harvey Barnes on the left hand side, Cengiz Under on the right, and finally up front, I'm going to be going with Kelechi Iheanacho. Of course, Vardy came on against Arsenal, but I think the European stage and the Europa League is the stage for Kelechi Iheanacho. Of course, he didn't start, he didn't come on against Arsenal, but in the first game of the Europa League, he got a goal and 2 assists as well. So yeah, hopefully Kelechi Iheanacho can start, in my opinion, and I don't think there's no need for Jamie Vardy to start these group stage games. I think if he can progress into the competition, and if we do come up against some big teams, I think Vardy is probably going to start then. But just at the moment in the group stage games, no disrespect to the sides, I think Kelechi Iheanacho can do a great job up front, in my opinion. So yeah, my front three, Barnes on the left, Cengiz on the right, and Kelechi Iheanacho to start up front tomorrow night. So the boys and girls, that is it for the AEK Athens side of things. My thoughts on the game and my predicted lineups. Yeah, finally, let's get on to my score prediction. If you haven't already, let me know your score predictions for tomorrow's game in the comment section down below. But for me tomorrow, I'm going to be going with a Leicester win. I'm going to go with an AEK Athens 0, Leicester City 2. I think we'll get a comfortable win away from home on the road in our second game of the Europa League. Fingers crossed Leicester can do so, and of course that'll make it 6 points so far. I'm going to go with Iheanacho to get 1, and I'm going to go with James Maddison to get another 1 in the Europa League. Of course, Sensi performed so well in our first game against Zorya Luhansk at the King Power Stadium. So yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win tomorrow night for Leicester. If you guys haven't already, like I said, let me know your score predictions for tomorrow's game in the comment section down below. But yeah, I'm fully confident that Leicester can get the win tomorrow, and I'm pretty confident that we can, to be perfectly honest with you guys. So yeah, I'm going to go for AEK Athens 0, Leicester City 2 tomorrow night. So the boys and girls, that is it for today's video. In today's video, I bring you guys the AEK Athens versus Leicester match preview. If you guys did go on to enjoy today's video, let me know by dropping a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Let me know your score predictions, your thoughts on tomorrow's game in the comment section down below. I'll see you all in the live watch along as well tomorrow night. Hopefully the Foxes can get another win in the Europa League. Hopefully we can make it 3 wins on the bounce in all competitions. We'll find out tomorrow night, though, boys and girls. But yeah, that is it for the AEK Athens versus Leicester match preview. Like I said, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And yeah, guys, I've been Sportsa, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Peace, guys.